Good morning, friends. Lynn here. This is Bucket List Homestead, and today is a dreary, miserable, cold day, but it is spring, and I don't care because we have a lot of work to do. So today we are going to get all the cardboard and stuff off of this part of the garden. I laid cardboard down hoping to help with the weeds. I read it somewhere that was supposed to help. We'll see. And we're going to allow the chickens to come up here today, do their thing, dig up a lot of any weeds that are there for me, so that part of the work is done. And we're going to do a little bit more cleanup. We're hoping to clean out the chicken coop today too. We've let that deep litter method all winter. That's when we just keep piling up more and more shavings on top of one another so the chickens stay warm. It's not really going down into freezing much anymore. I say that, and then Monday and Tuesday is supposed to be cold, but I think for 2 days they're going to be okay. And I want to start getting all those shavings composting from my garden. We also have a burn pile we are piling up. I'm hoping we can get to that today because I'm sick of seeing that out my window. That's going to be a big project this summer with the stones and the stumps. But anyway, so yeah, and we're going to lay down some tarps on where we want to put the next section of the vegetable garden to start killing all the grass and everything, because we still are a month and a half at least away before we have to start planting. So now's the time to start killing the grass. I'm glad I finished that. And all of our snow is finally gone. So today is the day we're going to start. Let's get to it. Okay, so like I said, we put all this cardboard down in here in the fall, and I think it works somewhat. I am still seeing big clumps of grass and weeds, but hopefully the chickens will come in and do their job. So we are gonna pick this up and let the girls have a bug fest. Okay, I'll be right back. I'm gonna get some gloves. Okay, I got my gloves. It's a bit cool out here today. Getting dirty doesn't bother me too much. It's just my hands were starting to freeze already. Those Amazon boxes came in handy. Man, it seems like we just did this too. That's what's so crazy. Yeah, in the summer we actually have this covered in a big netting, bird netting, to keep the birds out from coming in, but we have to take it down every year because the snow just, you know, makes it sink and rip and everything anyway. So, okay, I think it's time to release the chickens. This, my neighbors were getting rid of, and it's a laundry tub, but this is great. I use this for cleaning off my carrots and washing our hands. I even had soap out here last summer, so yeah, that was a great little free find. We're gonna have to put that back up. Okay, so give you a tour of the gardens here in early spring. This is my little herb garden. I am doubling that this year. This is our strawberry patch, and whoops, as you can see, strawberries are coming up already. It's crazy. Thinking about doing some in vertical pots this year. We're going to see. So here are blueberry trees. How did they fare through the winter? That one's got me a little nervous. This one looks great. That one looks good. We're hoping to add more blueberries this year. And underneath this hay is a big patch of rhubarb I wasn't able to harvest it last year because it was the first year for it, and it was huge. It broke my heart not to be able to harvest it, so I hope this year is successful. These are our elderberry trees, bushes, and they did really well. This is some of the pretty. Those are lilies in there, and these are my rose bushes. Here's a cherry tree. Doing good. And then here we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope you could see that. 1, 2. It's hard to see that one. 3, 4. Those are our dwarf apple trees, which we planted last. Dwarf apple trees only take 2 to 3 years and you can start getting fruit from them. So they're great. And they don't get too big. I can hear the woodpecker pecking. So, ready to release them? Come on, chick, 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 chick. Come on, chick, 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 chick. Oh, I see him. He's right at the top of the tree. Come on, chick, 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 chick. Okay, so 3 of them are in there. Number 4 is laying an egg. So we just got to bring up their water, and that's it. They'll stay in here pretty much for the day. The girls sure are enjoying that in there. They're digging up really good. And I just gave them their water, so they'll be in here all day. So I hope they do a good job. Looking for bugs. Okay, there's one thing off the list. Now we're just trying to clean up the yard a bit, and then we're gonna go clean out the coop, I guess. We still got one there that's a straggler in the coop. I'm gonna go see if she's laid her egg yet, but they usually come running out of the coop pretty quick when they're done, but let's go check on her. Oh yeah, you can tell it's been winter time. Coop is filthy. Let's see what she's doing. You laying an egg? Huh? You laying an egg? It's taking you an awful long time. All right, I guess she's not done. Have to wait to clean out the coop till she is. Well, guess it's yard work time a little bit. We're not doing too major because it's still too wet, still too cold. We're not raking up anything major because I don't want to disrupt any of the pollinators who overwintered here in our lawn. So we don't do any of that. But garbage and stuff, yeah, we can pick up. One of the windstorms we had blew the doors off of this thing. Right off. I like using this for our chicken tractor. And we put a tarp over it to protect the chickens from any hawks or them flying away. But it's hard to move. It's heavy, it's big. Oh yeah, it blew that piece right off. The yard can be so depressing this time of year. Depressing, but at the same time, I get excited because we're cleaning everything up and there's no more snow on the ground, so that really helps. This was our makeshift scarecrow last year. I'm just gonna get rid of it. So probably gonna be crooked a lot in this video because the ground's not level. So I did my best, but the burn pile's getting huge. I don't know if we're gonna be able to burn it today. It's pretty wet. Might have to wait till one of the nice days next week they're forecasting. Love hearing all the birds singing out here. She is still in there. I hope we don't have a broody hen. They're a bit of a pain. We don't have a rooster. She can lay, whoops. She can lay on that egg all she wants. Nothing's gonna come from it. Put this up on the deck and I'll go back and get the other one. And truthfully, I like getting a lot of this stuff done now for a bunch of reasons. One, though, the major one, I lost ya. I hit the darn pole. So, as I was saying, we have a huge snake problem here. And I mean huge snake problem. No, they're not poisonous, but I'm scared to death of them. I'm just scared to death of them. I wish I wasn't, because it's terrible. See some birds flying around here. It's terrible to be that scared of something. Our daughter, if I am terrified, I don't know what the word is for more than terrified. Like, she is very terrified of them, to the point where she doesn't even like coming out of the house certain ways, because they definitely love to be out front a lot, and it seems to be her and I who always find them. My husband and my son, they love snakes, so thank God, because they're the ones that remove them and rehome them. But I hate them. They scare me. So I know it's still too cold for them to be out here, so I'm not as, like, you know, as leery of looking around or scared I'm going to step on one or whatnot. Like, I hate them. I hate them. And they love our front step. And we will go to let the dog out, and there'll be several of them sitting right there in the sun. So yeah, I hate them. Have I mentioned that? I found the only snow we seem to still have in the yard. That little bit right there. This side doesn't get as much sun, so it takes longer. But that little bit, that's all that's left I've been able to see. I mean, there might be some further down back. I don't know, but that's a good sign. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4 chickens, finally. Guess she just took a little longer today. Okay, so now we are gonna lay the tarps down to start killing this grass for our gardens. So we've decided, I've got galvanized steel raised beds coming. So I got them for a really good deal. They'll never rot. So we have saved some wood from different projects and stuff. So if I want to make even more this summer, I can. But so we're going to extend this way. We're going to go this way. So we're going to start from here and go out. And we're also going to put tarp over, because I'm making the herb box 3 times as big this year too. So enough yakking, time to get to work. Okay, so we're actually going to use an old rug that I used to have when I had my daycare. And we put it in the garage, and it got damp and it got ruined, so it's no good anyway. But it works great for killing grass. So we're going to get this spread out. Oh, there's a snake. Can't imagine that those crazy windstorms we get in the spring. Fingers crossed. Okay, so we need some tarps. One more thing done. Okay, so we just realized we have no more tarps. The chicken coop has them all right now, and we're not ready to take them down yet because we have to get some new netting. So I guess it's a trip to the store. So I'll see you when we get back. Well, it has been several days since I ended that last video, and we were off to the store to get tarps. Went down a whole rabbit hole thing of going to the store, but the weather turned absolutely miserable for the next few days. It was so cold here the last couple of days, it was depressing. But today, the sun is out. It is actually not, I don't even think I need this little sweater today. It's quite warm out, and one of the things I need to get done is I need to fertilize the apple trees and the blueberry trees, and they're supposed to be done in our zone early spring before the leaves start coming out, which I've been looking at the forecast, and we're going to be well above freezing for the next little bit. So fingers crossed, we're finally in real spring and we can start getting started. There's our woodpecker. So all I have in here is 3 gallons of water and a teaspoon of seaweed powder that I ordered when I got my seeds. So this is my first year using it. I did, as usual, Lynn did a lot of research trying to find the best one, and this seems to be the one I can use on both things. I also have peat moss in with my blueberries because blueberries like acidic soil. So let's get started. We're going to start with the apple trees. Okay, so in fall, we just put a bunch of fresh, clean shavings around all the apple trees because these are new. We just planted them and I wanted to give them some protection, and it helps with the weeds, but I've pushed them all out of the way so this can actually get to it. It's probably going to rain some more today, but at least they're going to get fertilized, right? Okay, one down, a few more to go. Oh, you can hear the birds chirping. This is actually our cherry tree, but I'm going to give this some too. Who's next? So we planted 2 kinds of dwarf apple trees. Car goes by. We planted galas, which is our daughter's favorite, and we planted, trying to think, Macintosh. I thought we planted Honeycrisp.
I don't know, maybe.
I thought we planted Honeycrisp. I kept the tags, but they're kind of breaking off now, but this one says Mac, so I guess it was Macs and Galas that we planted. Well, I guess we're going to be getting a couple more. So the great thing about dwarfed apple trees is you will start seeing fruit 2 to 3 years after you plant. So I ordered my pear trees. They'll start arriving around the 1st of May. So I'm pretty excited. Okay, I'm going to go water the blueberry bushes next. So here's one of our blueberry bushes. It looks like it survived the winter okay. Here's the second one. I hope to plant some more of these this year too. And I did the same thing here that I did with the apple trees. I put fresh shavings around them. And it must have worked because they're pretty protected. Okay. Give you a little bit of feed. Whoops. This one is from the original batch that I planted. I actually planted a few years ago. I planted 6 of them. This is the only one that's left out of that original 6. And I do see some fresh green here, so I'm hoping, because it's not looking nearly as healthy as those two, but we'll see. Okay, and I think I'm going to give the elderberries a little bit of feed too, because I've got some left. So we planted these 3 years ago?
Yeah,
I think it was. And last year, the second year was last year, and I actually did get some elderberry flowers and a few elderberry berries off of them. Hopefully I'll get more this year. Oh yeah, lots of new growth here. They're looking good. Just cover that back up a bit. Wow, they look really good. They got lots of new growth coming out. There we go. All right. Since today is March 31st, I was debating about taking the covering off of like the rose bushes and everything, but I think I might give that just a little bit while longer. I want to make sure we are going to stay above above freezing. I have to say, it even smells like spring out here today. It feels good. That sun feels good. So we didn't get to the chicken coop yet. We have to clean that out. We have another tarp to spread down, so we're going to get that done today. And if the rain holds off, it's looking pretty good. We might let the girls back into the garden. They didn't get as long as we had hoped that day because the weather just turned absolutely terrible. So I think they'd be anxious to come back up. So I think I'm going to bring them back up. So that's what I'm going to do today. If you like this video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and hit that notification button so you always know when another video of mine is coming out. Until then, take care, God bless, and we'll see you all in the next video.